Over the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly where AI slots into a visa filing process, from client intake to actually tracking the case after it's submitted to USCIS. Let's walk through a typical employment-based case from start to finish. After talking to several law firms, here's the general timeline we see across the industry. Intake takes about 1 to 1.5 hours in collecting documents and chasing missing info. Evaluation about 30 minutes. Case setup about 1 to 1.5 hours, going from creating matters, folders, entering data about the employer or immigrants. Form prep takes up an even larger chunk, between 1.5 to 3 hours in copying data into the forms and sending it for edits. Generating support letters takes about 2 to 4 hours in drafting employer and beneficiary letters, plus additional memos. Attorney reviews take about an hour. Compiling and submitting another 30 minutes. And status tracking about an hour over months. Plus RFEs have their own timeline altogether. So we're looking at roughly 11 staff hours stretched over 3 to 8 months of elapsed time in back and forth emails, cleaning up human errors, and manual PDF gymnastics. Those are exactly the spots where AI and technology can give us 4 or more hours back on every single case. You'll walk out of the session today learning how to take back hours of your time by filling forms in 10 minutes, generating support letters in 30 minutes, and spend no time in case setup. All of this with significantly fewer errors. For the purpose of today's session, let's zero in on the 3 biggest time sinks and show you how automation collapses them. That's intake and case management, form prep, and support letters. If we automate just these 3 tasks alone, we give every paralegal half a workday back and eliminate most human errors that cause RFEs. We'll start with support letters because they're the lowest hanging fruit. Drafting an employer or beneficiary letter by hand takes 2 to 4 hours. Our goal today is to help you prep this in just 30 minutes to the point that is ready to compile in your case packet. Before we start the demo, scan the QR code to access your take-home toolkit of prompt templates, because these templates can help you get immediate value today with $0 in spend. I'll be using the support letter template from this toolkit in today's walkthrough. I'll give y'all a couple seconds to scan this. All right, let's get started. Open the support letter prompt that we gave you access to and copy the prompt from there into ChatGPT. Then swap every placeholder in square brackets for the actual details like the visa type and company name. Check the prompt thoroughly and remove any personal information you don't want ChatGPT to see. Then upload your documents that are listed in the template we shared and make sure everything sensitive is redacted. You can experiment with the different reasoning models on the top left. The results can vary, so if you have the time, run the prompt through a couple of different models and compare it. I usually like to use O3. Then hit enter and wait a few seconds while it drafts your support letter. And once it's done, scroll through the output and confirm the details match your documents and nothing looks off. You can always ask it to make any necessary edits before you hit send, and also based on what it provides you. Then copy the text into Word, adjust the formatting, and add any remaining PII information that you just redacted, and you're all set to add this to your packet. Generic tools like ChatGPT are great, but you'll often encounter data security roadblocks, and it'll take you more time to redact information, upload it, and then copy over results into Word and format it the way you want. Which is why the alternative to using these LLMs directly is using a purpose-built system that can not only go further, but is enterprise-grade secure. So here's a demo of Lawgical doing exactly what I showed you with ChatGPT, but better. Let's use the same H-1B example. Once you're in Lawgical, click on New Cases in the top right. On the right-hand side, you'll see the option to upload your documents. You can upload everything we currently support, or just a few, whatever you have ready. I have the LCA and some of the immigrants' documents here. After uploading them, scroll down to label the documents. Our AI will try to label most of them for you, but in case it misses a few, go ahead and label those and make sure all the labels are correct. Then click Generate Packet. Based on the metadata in your documents, we'll generate a draft of the support letter for you. And get this, we'll also generate the forms for you, which I will show you in just a second. Any parts that were written by AI will show up in gray, so you can easily spot them and make any necessary edits. And here's why it's better. It's more secure, your letters are readily formatted, you're adding documents in once, and it performs multiple tasks beyond generating just a support letter all at once. And it's super fast. It just took us 30 seconds. And it's extremely user-friendly. And hey, don't take our word for it. Try it out for yourself. We're offering 50% off your first month when you use the code Welcome to Lawgical at checkout. Give it a spin, see how it works for your workflow, and if you run into any issues or have any suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. We're always looking to improve, so seriously, any feedback is welcome. And if we're not supporting the specific functionality you're looking for just yet, hang tight, we are actively building. We're constantly adding new features, supporting new forms and visa types. So if you believe in what we're building, consider subscribing. Your support helps us expand faster and build the tools you need sooner. Shifting gears a bit, what we just saw was a more subjective use of AI, like drafting a support letter. That kind of task is relatively easy to do with generic AI tools like ChatGPT, and often costs next to nothing. But when it comes to the more objective tasks, like preparing immigration forms, things get a lot trickier. AI hasn't quite mastered this yet. These forms are complex because they have multiple addresses, multiple names, and the model doesn't always know what goes where. It's not just a copy-paste job. It requires a deeper understanding of context and rules. That's why we're building Lawgical, to tackle those tedious objective tasks, or what we like to call the laundry and dishes of legal work. No one likes doing them, and even AI still struggles to get it right today. We're layering more sophisticated tech on top of AI to make sure the output is accurate and actually useful. One of the biggest objective use cases we've developed is to help you fill forms in 30 seconds. Remember when you uploaded and labeled documents in Lawgical? When you hit Generate Packet, it doesn't just create the support letter. It also pulls in all the metadata from your documents and autofills the I-129, I-907, and G-28 forms for the H-1B, TN, L, O, and P visas, and the I-751 and the G-1145 forms for the marriage-based removal of conditions. We're constantly expanding support for more visas and forms. We'll be launching support for asylum, EAD, and new marriage-based green card petitions very soon. And just like that, you'll see the metadata filled in the right fields across each form. Here's the I-129. You can look through all the fields to make sure it filled it in correctly. Here's the I-907. Similarly, fills in all the metadata. And here's the G-28. You can also edit everything in line. So if you need to tweak something, just click on the field to make the change and it will automatically save your changes. If we expand the actions we take with the help of the information from the documents, you can begin to see case management becoming a thing of the past. Since we extract so much structured data straight from the documents, that same information flows into other parts of the workflow. You'll notice that the moment we upload those documents, the platform auto-filled the employer, employee, and visa details in the My Cases table here. No manual entry of matters, cases, clients, and immigrants anymore. It's shifting the immigration industry to build a document-first intake flow as opposed to a questionnaire and data entry-first flow. So just to recap, we just talked about 3 big use cases: support letters, form prep, and intake plus case management. By automating these 3 workflows, we just made filing visas 500 times faster and saved you and your team hours of elapsed time. 11 hours of work should now take you just 3 hours, and 3 months of elapsed time is now brought down to just a few hours. But we don't want to stop there. Our goal is to make this process 4,000 times faster by bringing filing time down to just 30 minutes, especially for those straightforward form-heavy visa workflows.